Hello students, how are you all? I think you all are good. Let us study today's science in a different way. In rest of the days we are reading science by whiteboard, by laptop, by phone, by books, by notebooks. But now today we are going to learn science through activity. Yes, are you ready to learn the science with activity and experiment? So here you can see so many things I have collected for you all people, isn't it? You can see here I have taken different containers to show different properties of, can you guess, of, yes, of matter. Students, you know that matter are the substance which have mass and occupy some space. If I take the example of this glass of water, okay, it has some mass. When I am keeping it here, it have some mass I am filling, and it occupies some space also. If I keep it on my palm, it occupies space here. If I keep this downside, then it will occupy space there also. So matter are the substance which have mass, occupy space, and can be felt by our five sense, any of our five sense organs. Okay, now let us do some activities. Let us find what are the different state of matter are around us. I have told you that there are solid, liquid and gas. In solid you can take many examples. I am having here around like this phone is a example of solid. This glass is an example of solid. This spoon is also an example of solid. Okay, and liquid, we know that liquid water is a liquid example of liquid. I can show you milk. It is also a form of liquid, isn't it? Juice, fruit juice, all these are considered to be liquid. Solid I have shown you, liquid I have shown you. Can we see gas also? Around us, can you see gas? Can any one of you see gas? No. We cannot see gas, but we can feel it. That's why I added in definition that the matter which can be felt by any of our sense organ. You can see that this dupatta will flow if the wind is coming here with a very strong strength, isn't it? If I keep page here, then it will also start moving here to there. That feels that. You can see curtain behind me, they are also flowing due to the fan air, isn't it? So I cannot see gas, but I can feel it. I cannot see the air around me, but I can feel it. I have given you example of balloon also, that if I fill the balloon with air, what will happen? It will expand, it will change the shape, size also change. What happen? The air is inserted inside the balloon, it will occupy mass and have space, isn't it? So I think solid, liquid and gas examples are clear to you all, isn't it? Now let us study some properties of solid by activities. First property, we have learned that solid have definite shape and size. Yes, if I take example of this solid, that it have definite shape and size, isn't it? But if I take the example of liquid, if I pour this water in this cup, then it will take the shape of cup. If I pour the same amount of liquid in a glass, then it will take the shape of glass. So I can say that liquid have definite volume but not definite shape, isn't it? It will take the shape of such container in which it is poured. Now what about gas? Yes, it did not have definite shape and nor have definite volume. If I am having gas cylinder and if I fill gas inside it, then it will fill the whole container. Okay, so I think that property is clear to you. Now the second property of it is due to, we can say, density. Density, this is more denser, liquid is less denser, it can move easily. You can see I am shaking the cup and it is moving, and gas are much more lighter than, sorry, it is denser. This is the most denser, this one is a little bit less denser, and the gas that is very less denser as compared to solid and liquid. You can see, you can feel the air around us, it have kinetic energy also more. Can you tell the kinetic energy regarding liquid? It is less as compared to gas, and it is very less in case of solid as compared to gas. So I think the density property is also clear. Now fluidity, ability to flow. Solid cannot flow but liquid can easily flow, whereas the gas are much fluidity as compared to solid and liquid. Okay, then compressibility. If I compress this, it will not change the shape, but if I compress this liquid, it will also not change the shape. But if I compress gas, yes, it is highly compressible and it can be compressed easily. Okay, now I think fluidity, compressibility, and the force of attraction. If you see, all the particles are very much more closer in case of solid, they are less closer in case of liquid, and they are very less closer in case of gases. Okay, so force of attraction is more in solid, then less in liquid, and very less in gas. So I think all the properties of solid, liquid and gas which we have read on board, on videos, on clippings, are clear to you by this activity. Now let us do some activities to show the characteristic particle nature of matter. Okay, now please focus here. I have taken one solution. I have prepared a colorful solution, red solution for you people. Okay, now what I am doing, I am taking some amount of this solution from this, let us say this is first container, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, I am taking some amount of this colorful liquid and adding to this. Okay, what you see, did I mix it? No, I just only do like this, only dropped I, isn't it? Then you will see that it diffuse itself, isn't it? So the phenomena of diffusion is also, I think, clear by this, that mixing of two different state of matter by its own. Here I have taken same state, liquid liquid. Okay, same in case of gas also. Now what another thing I will do, I will take then a little amount of this solution from the container second and keep pouring it in third. What you see? You see that the color is still continue. Can you see the reddish color? Although it is very less, you can see I should add a little more to show you. See what you are observing here. See, in the container first, the solution have a dark color. In container 2 it is lighter. In container 3 it is much more lighter, but it is coming on. Okay, here the particles are continuously moved to this, and from container 2 to 3 it is also moving. And if I continue keep on doing 2 or 3 more times, then it will become a little fader, but the particles will move from first to second, second to third, third to fourth, like this. Okay, this show that the particles are made up of very tiny particles and they are continuously moving, isn't it? They are continuously traveling from one to second, second to third, third to fourth. Okay, now we can do many more properties also, that I have explained you, that what will happen if I take a glass of water, small amount of water I have taken in it, and if I add a little amount of salt to it. See, I am adding it. Is it transparent? You can see that the salt particles have taken its place inside the water. You will see that there is no change in the level of water also. It shows that the particles have space between them. The particles of water was having space which was occupied by salt. Okay, now let us do some more experiment. It was given in your book that what will happen when a rubber band is stretched. I have one rubber band here. If I stretch it, what you see? If I apply force on it, it changes its shape. But if I lack the force, then it again regain. So should I consider this rubber band as a solid or liquid or anything else? Yes, it is considered to be solid. If I apply force, it changes its shape. Sorry. Then if I left the force, again it regain its shape. So it is considered to be solid. One more question was given in activities, that what happened to the sugar or salt particles. Here I have taken glucose solute, this pack of glucose. If I pour the glucose inside this container, okay, then it is solid or liquid or any other state. These particles of solid will have its own identity, have its own shape, size. If I keep it inside it, will it change the shape? No. So the solids are having what? They if I pour any solid in the container, they have their definite shape and definite volume. Okay, it will not we will not say that it is not a solid. Okay, now you can see another solution also. What I have done here, this I have taken some amount of mud and mixed in water. Can you see that it is soluble in water or not? No, it is not soluble in water. Two different layers were formed. One more property I can show it here, that is solubility. If I take these two, they are not soluble with each other. But if I have taken water with salt, it is completely soluble. If I have taken the solution, you can see at the bottom, although it was not completely dissolved, but in the last I can see something over deposited here. So I think the things are clear to you. We can take example of honey also. If in this container 2 I have added a liquid and without stirring it mixed itself, isn't it? But if I use honey and mix in this solution, I have to stir it for a long period of time so that they can be mixed with each other. So this also things we can read from these activities, that for liquid we need not have to mixed. For this honey we have to stir it, we have to move it. Okay, so I think many things are clear to you by this. And if you have any suggestions or any query, you may ask, you can send in group. So thank you and have a nice day.